Mick here with a tactical video just because we didn't have training. This is how we're going to beat Junee on the weekend and then Hamwood the week after. I'll just go into the formation and just the details of the defensive expectations and how we're also going to score on the counter attack. Essentially, if you do everything me and Benzie say, there's no reason we can't beat them. So this is... How do I get next? Yep. So it's 5 defenders, 3 attackers, 3 midfielders and 2 attackers. Those 5 defenders, 2 of which are the fullbacks. They're the only width in this formation. They'll join the midfielders and become wingers. So in attack, sometimes it may become a 3-5-2. Playing in a 5-3-2 is easy if you don't want to get beat, but it can be quite exhausting. And I'll just go over a few of the good things about it and the hard things about it and what we all need to be aware of in our positions and our expectations from not just ourselves, but our teammates. And when we come off the bench, what everyone's role is. So hopefully they line up like they should in a 4-4-3 or a 4-4-2, doesn't matter. We'll have 2 strikers sitting on 2 centre backs. This gives us, a 1v1. And how we're going to play that is that one of those strikers will drop deep and hold the ball up and use their strength and then try and find that ball through for that really speedy striker. And so that's why this weekend we'll be lining up Nikita and Kate, I thought, to start off with. Kate's got a great engine and she's got pace for days. She's the only one of you that runs like she hates the grass. So, yeah, it's hard to get past. And you've got a lot of numbers in the middle of the park. It means it's congested, but it means we can hold the ball easier, which is good because that's how we've been playing all year. And then, obviously, when they pour all these players forward, we look for those gaps in behind them, and we can hurt them on the counter. So I'm aware there's a lot of defenders and a lot of midfielders and defensive midfielders. However, the idea is we suck them in, we get the ball over the top, and then Kate, the speedy Gonzalez, cuts it back for Nikita and the 10s, like Ames and Bella and Liv in the mids, and also either Jen at left back or DJ at right back. So that idea is that, yes, we're compacted defence, but the second we can break, a lot of us go. The hardest part about this is we don't have a fullback and a winger. We've only got, a wing back. So we've obviously got less numbers there. So that really means in the 3 midfielders, the left and right ones have to help them out. They have to join back and double up on those players. If the fullback joins in, it'll obviously be 2-on-1. So obviously we need the mids to help out Jen and D or whoever else we play there, like Soph, Peter. We can't just be punting it long and have a massive gap between the defence and the 2 strikers. The 2 strikers need to get involved, but also it's on when we win the ball to make connections to find them. And if you've played in it, you know how bloody exhausting it is. Plenty of communication at the back, but that sweeper, ideally, when we go forward, 1 mid drops back, and that's on Kara to just scream back someone else. And also slide in, not really slide in, but that idea that if Jen or DG go forward, only one at a time, the other defenders know they've got to stay back. This is just fixtures. Obviously, we're here. That was all washed out. And we've got these few games left. So this is what it'll look like. 5 at the back, 3 in the midfield, and 2 up front. So in this scenario, you can see if their fullback comes up and there's 7, it's the 10's job to help out with picking up the 7. The left back can worry about that there, or double up on the 7 with the 10. Same here, the other mids to slide and DJ to come in and compact that middle. This is how we're going to line up on the weekend. Obviously, we've got Caitlin, Britt, and Sophie on the bench, and we'll switch those up. So it's these positions I'm worried about because you've got to obviously go all the way up and all the way back. So we will rotate those. We don't have any left-footed players, so Jen has played the most at left back, and we'll need her to be taking that touch with her left foot on the outside, so she's getting on the outside when we play out, so that she's taking that width, taking that wide option. I know you're right-footed, Jen, or DG, or Kate, or whoever else plays there, but we need you to be confident enough to take that touch on your left foot and open it up. We'll have Ames at 10, maybe being the one who's a little bit forward, with Liv and Bella being the two more defensive midfielders. However, if, say, for whatever reason, Liv and Bella are up there, Ames drops back. If these two go, this one stays back. If these two go, this one stays back. So in defence, this is what I was talking about with doubling up. These wide midfielders, the left and rights, need to help out the defence by communicating with them to pick up the extra player, helping out the fullbacks in case they're being doubled up on, and being marshalled by Cara. She'll know where to go, and then say Liv comes out here, it'll be Kate or Nikita. You've got to drop into that space they've vacated in the middle of the park. So this is what I'm talking about. If we win the ball, if we play out like this, and Jen gets up here, Liv stay back, Ames and Bella can go up, Nikita and Kate are up as well. So that's what I'm talking about. It's devastating on the attack, because they've swarmed mum forward, and we've got a lot suddenly going forward, pouring forward into this area, looking for a cutback. Ooh, where'd I go? Yeah, it's the same thing really. So we're not playing out from the back. Well, yes, we are playing ugly. Yes, we're playing defensively. However, we've still got to trust our ability on the ball. Ideally, Cara is the one coming into the box. Our centre backs, these ones, are pushing higher and wider than they usually would, and our fullbacks are going right to that width. So in this example, I'm trying to get to what do we do on the attack. I get it, we're packing the defence, but what do we do on the attack? How do we score a goal? Because we have to score goals to win the game, and we have to win the game to make finals. So what I really want is our strikers to sit on the outside shoulder of our centre backs, and the ball is looking for that gap behind them, behind the defence. So if you bend your run like we've spoken about into there, and then a cut back across for these to score. So ideally, Kate, you're the ones with legs. If you can get there, I know you're not much of a shooter, but you've got the legs to get there and play a simple 10 5-yard pass across for Nikita, Ames, Bella, Liv to get onto. So this isn't a full elimination, but I'm trying to get to that fact that Jen's a right-footed player playing on the left, or DG is a right-footed player playing on the left, or whoever it may be, so right-footed player playing on the left. If we can play out and we can get from here to Jen, and she can play 1-2 in the mids, and then become a proper winger, like a wing back, not just a full back, but getting forward, and she can get that space on the out wide. I want her to look for ideally this pass, because you'll be cutting in on your right. Yes, you can play it up the line, but if they've all swarmed forward, there's going to be a massive, overreach to come in and stop that play, and there'll be loads of space back here on the diagonal. Diagonal balls are much more effective long balls than straight ones, because they're harder to read. And we're backing Nikita and Kate's pace to get there. So because we've got right-footed left backs, it's super easy if you can get out there and then cut in and play that ball across. Because it'll be your natural inclination to cut in. So I'm begging you to use your left to get out wide, and once you get there and you're like, shit, I've got nothing on, I don't want to have them give the ball up here, just put a long ball in diagonally across. And Kate or Nikita will be on that outside shoulder expecting it. And if she looks like she's going to get there, Ames, Nikita, Bella, Liv, you're all running there for a simple cutback and a finish at the back post. That's what I mean by the outside run, running on the outside of their shoulders, so the fullbacks and the centre backs get confused on who they're picking up. So see how the left back here has gone up. in that scenario, the other fullback, you can't get up. You have to come back, just so we've got that defensive solidity. I know this is a lot of lines and the arrow's pointing in the wrong direction. And there's 2 footballs on the pitch. But all I'm suggesting is, say there's a ball in for either of these runs. This player, the fullback, is getting up. The mids are getting up. 2 of the 3 mids are getting up, and either one of the fullbacks is getting up into this area in the middle of the goal, because we're just trying to get the ball over the top. If Nikita or Kate's good enough to beat the keeper 1-on-1, go for it. But if not, simple cut back to the back post. And it should end up something like that. So as you can see, it's very defensive. However, it's very devastating on the counter, because we can overload it and they'll be shocked because they suddenly realised, hey, we're actually trying to attack them. It's been sneaky. I will put a highlight in of 2020 Champions League. This is how Inter Milan beat Barcelona. They doubled up on Messi, and they just went, we're not going to give you any chance of cutting us wide open, which Junee have done when they flogged us, and which Hamwood have done when they flogged us. They cut us up, cut us to ribbons, so we're going to use that defensive solidity, like Inter Milan, who knew they'd get cut up by Leo Messi and his crew. So they set up in the same structure, but with the proviso, when they could get that ball free, it was a cutback for these mids and the wing back, to pour forward and arrive at the back post and the penalty spot. It does work. It will work. We will mix a few things up depending on injuries and fitness. But the most important thing is we'll always need speed up top. We'll always need speed. So Britt will come on there, Kayla will come on there, DJ will come on there, Bella is our swing player, so is Liv, so is Ames. Maybe we don't. Ames goes up top, we'll bring someone else on, and Bella and Liv can have more of a license. And that's about it, really. Thanks for watching. I just thought, it's so hard to get all of you to training to really lay out these things. It's incredibly hard to do, full team drills and full team tactics with 8 players there. Sometimes, in a big turnout it was 12, and it's like, great, I can just about set you up in a tactical drill that I want to, predict how we'll play on Sunday. That's why it's important to train, because you do on Wednesday what you do on Sunday, and you can't perfect what you do on Sunday if you don't ever do it on Wednesday. So looking forward to the trip to Junee. God, it's going to be a lot of fun. They're going to get a right shock, and I'm expecting at least a goal from Nikita and Bella, but I reckon Kate might pop up with one, and I reckon DJ and Liv have got a surprise in this for us. Alright, well, have a good weekend. I'll see you on Sunday, and all the best.